Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Stencil Saturday video. As you can see here, I have marked my crossed diamonds stencil, and a couple weeks back, a few weeks, I don't remember, I did a design using the tumbler where we just filled in areas with really random up and down lines. And we're going to do something very similar this time because I told you back in that video, I really like the idea of using a stencil that way so that you can put it to use. I guess the best part of it is that I want to be able to use a stencil for more things than like maybe just one thing. So this gives me a whole nother way to use it. I mean, and if you look at this, if you had only, I want to say these are 3 inches. So let's say you had a 6-inch border. You could mark just the 2 rows and do any, like this design would work in there. Maybe you have a wider border. Maybe you need a background. It would work for any of those things. So what we're going to do, again, we're not going to stitch any of the lines in the stencil. We're just going to use these areas as a guide. Okay? What I'm going to do is travel along this line, and we're going to add simple loops. So we're going to fill in each diamond with loops. As we travel along the line, I'm just going to go up to the top line, scoot right into the next one, do the same thing. Then we're just going to work our way back across the quilt this way. Then we get over here, we're ready to go right into the next one. And you can see that because they're the way that it's set up, they're offset. So you'll have the same design, but just kind of offset. So let's get started. And I'm going to, I'm just going to start. And like I said, just simple loops. I'm just going to go like this, up to the top. So simple. When we come to the end, we're just going to work back the other direction. Again, using that same line, but on the opposite side. And you can space these out however you like. You might want yours to be like more narrow. That's entirely up to you. To this side, like I said, I'm just going to bump down here, and actually, well, we'll just start a new one and do the same thing. It's just offset, and it's going to create a really good texture because if you notice, so because they're offset, what happens is on this row you have the little bit bigger ones because this is the bigger section of the diamond. But on this second pass, where the bigger ones are meets up with where the smaller ones are. So you get that difference in texture. Like this is tight, this point is going to be tight, but this point of the one above it is a little more open. So work my way across. And then the same thing on the bottom. And I do like to slow down when I get right about here to make sure I'm kind of trying to stay on that same line as I travel. So it doesn't get sloppy. here, maybe slow down a little bit. As I travel down, now this next one I'm going to do just like the first pass. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in the rest of these, as well as come back and fill in the top and bottom like half diamond sections. Okay, now that that's all stitched, let me brush off some of this chalk powder. Oh, I didn't do the top, darn it. Let's do that real quick, sorry. Now we're going to be done. Right, with this half of one there. Okay. Get rid of these threads. Some markings. So it really would work. I did them kind of small. I got carried away. It actually would be a great background fill. This texture is really good. So you can see how you get the textural differences of, if you notice, maybe you can look right up here. So these ones are bigger, and then you have every other one is this one's small. Almost looks like rose. And I think that it's really neat because it's very uniform because we used the stencil to create it. And that, I think, is what's the neat thing about using a stencil this way. Because in the end, I don't think most people would realize how you created it and how you kind of so evenly spaced the density in the design. So let me turn the light off here and see. It's really dark and rainy outside, but maybe it will, kinda. But you can see the density. Oh gosh, I like the texture of it. It's really good. It's actually very, very feminine look to me. Okay, I'll quit rambling. Hope you guys like the design, and I'll see you next time. Bye.